So whenever I met you, you were just coming from Cali, right?
Cali, Colombia.
You were coming from Cali, Colombia, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a week to decide if you like this place or not.
Yeah.
And then a week went by, and you said, I'm moving out here. Why do you say that?
So we've got a brother who was previously in Cali, Colombia, now in, I think, in Nairobi, Kenya. That's a big jump there. South America to Africa, leaving Latinas, leaving peanut butter brown skin Latinas for curvy African chicks. That's a big jump there. Let's see what he says.
Man, let me start off by saying the people in Nairobi, Kenya are absolutely awesome, man. Like, I met some really good people, you know what I'm saying? It's good to network here. A lot of business opportunity out here. The food's amazing. I actually feel healthier, you know what I'm saying? The air is good to breathe. I just feel like, yo, this right here, it's
sounds like paradise to me. Nice people, great air. We know the air quality is terrible in the UK and the US. They don't really care about their citizens like that. Great food, great people. Nairobi, Kenya is looking like a spot that, you know, we got to check out, Theo. I've not been there myself, but I may have to put that on my list, Theo, because hearing this so far, I'm loving it. If you're going to leave Colombia for Kenya, right, there better be a pretty good reason, because Colombia is cheap, a lot of Latinas, you know, chill there. But Theo, what's your thoughts in Nairobi, Kenya, brother, and the brother's comments so far?
If that's where he finds happiness, that's where he finds happiness. Right? And I have no problems with that, with what he's saying. Again, look what I say. I say that Russian women are the best women that I've ever met. I mean, that's subjective, right? So people may disagree with that. I'm just saying the best ones I met were Russian, right? I would say, you know, I have my ranking system. For him, Kenya is the best place, right? If I could move back to Japan tomorrow and bring all of my gym equipment and my dogs, I would be gone. I'm serious. I would do it. I would do it tomorrow. I can't do that. But if I could, I would. That's where I find my happiness. He knows where he finds his happiness. That's great. What I say is, for the people who are listening to this podcast, where is your happiness? Find it. And once you find your happiness, good. Go out there, communicate with us so we can network with you as a Passport Bros globally. I wish you nothing but happiness and prosperity wherever you go.
Absolutely.
Absolutely something I can invest in, because even looking and comparing to Colombia, I wanted to live there, but there was also the language barrier and then the cultural differences. Here in Africa, I feel like I'm embraced a little bit more than I was doing in Colombia. And
so he said he's embraced more in Nairobi, Kenya, and Africa than in Cali, Colombia, which is interesting. That might be because Kenya is a majority black country. I'm sure Colombia, there's black people there in Colombia, but it's still a diverse nation that's run by white Spanish people. So interesting comments.
No. Colombians value black children more than they do value white kids. I've heard this from more than one Colombian woman. They would rather breed with a black man. I've heard this. I'm serious. By more than one Colombian. So it's nothing like, we're not talking about a power structure. No, I can't say it. He just found his piece there. And if he found his piece there, that is where he found his piece. So let him find his piece there. That's, again, I have my place that I like. Other people have their places where they like.
Okay.
That's with the Afro-Colombians, you know what I mean? There's love there. But being here in Nairobi, Kenya, everyone has the Hakuna Matata type mentality. So with that being said, you know, I actually fell in love with it, man. You know what I mean?
So what were some of the cultural differences you noticed in between Cali, Colombia, and being here? Since you say you were with the Afro-Colombians, what were some things that were different besides the language?
Yeah, man, it still was their thing. You know, I still felt like an outcast, even though they said that they were going to embrace me. Like, they showed him that they were embracing me.
Oh, you felt outcasted in Colombia. Interesting.
If he felt that way, I don't know why. Like, you have Andre, he's totally happy in Cali. We have, how many of our students are in Cali, Colombia right now?
Quite a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot. At least 30 to 40 of our students are in Cali. So if he didn't feel that way, believe me, there are plenty of brothers who do. Again, that's just the way he felt. He needed to have this situation. That's fine. But I don't want anyone to watch this and think that you won't feel appreciated at home in Cali, Colombia. You will. You're going to enjoy it.
You know, to be honest with you, they were still, you know, hey, in order to be my friend, you have to give me some type of money. You have to help me out, help my family out. You know what I mean? And quite honestly, that's not something that I wanted to subscribe to, man. So when I came out here, I didn't see any of that. And you know, everyone, you know, hard work, and even the guys, you know what I mean? Because I'm speaking for having the guy friends in Colombia, man. They were like, oh, even though they say that they're your friend and holding you down and shit like that, they still wanted some type of like money for hanging out with you.
Yeah, it was still something. I felt it a lot too when I was in Latin America. If you had friends, everybody wants something out of you in life, but there it just felt so in your face, like they really want something. Versus here, it's just like maybe they do want something, but you could literally just go get drinks or just go shoot pool with somebody.
Exactly.
And that's where it stops at, you know. Versus there, it was always, especially with the language barrier, that makes it even more probable for that to happen.
Interesting. So you feel like there wasn't enough genuine people in Colombia compared to Kenya, where people are more genuine there. So he's found his peace. You know, it didn't work out for him in Colombia.
He doesn't speak the language. That's the big part. He didn't speak the language, so he has a barrier. So he's talking about a certain group of people with whom he's talking. Remember, I told you about Japan. Don't hang out with the Japanese people who speak in English. Hang out with those who only speak in Japanese. It's a different crowd. You want to speak the local language. If you don't, you're going to get this kind of situation right here. This is, again, I look at him and say, okay, then why don't you go learn Spanish before you go there? Because you'll meet plenty of women in particular who would be thrilled to be with you speaking, as he looks, who speaks in Spanish, should be thrilled to be on a date with him. And they're not going to be asking for anything. So, in this case, I would say you feel that way because you don't speak the language.
Okay. Awesome. Get your passport and find your happiness in paradise, brothers. Okay.